Hello, hello, hello. Okay, it's time to do some changes to the drawing I made last time. Now my hands are wet because the can was all soggy. And the first thing I need to draw on top a new quick sketch layer. Because this one needs some adjustments. Let's see. What do I need to change? I do want the armor to be a bit higher up. That was the first thing I bothered me about my previous version. So if the chest is here, if I make a bit more rounded. Okay, this probably won't be a long stream because I'm streaming a bit late today. I wanted to stream like 2 hours ago, but I got some stuff in the way. The shoulders are also... I need to make the arms a bit more narrow. So I need to repush. Need to make it clear where the shoulders, where the what's the word? Armpit is, which is about here. And adjusting for the arms needs to be rounded. In other words, I make the arms a bit more narrow than this version. For the armor, I don't know, I don't think I will go for symmetry armor. But I need to make the chest plate a bit higher up. Otherwise it can be mostly the same. With this I make 1/2 of the chest plate. Maybe a bit correct version. Having only this part with the metal, but the other part just leather. So it's a little bit more accurate to the original sketch. And this part will just be stitching. Since it's higher up, the stitching will also go a bit higher up. With maybe bit stitching on this side as well. Made this part wrong. I hope you appreciate the title of this stream. Oh, my eyes hurt. You're looking at screens way too long, man. So this board will be leather. I will use the lines to make it clear that's something different. And same with this top part. It's probably easy if I use a car instead of lines. Doesn't matter. The torso. You know, I think I can just keep torso straight. Don't need to do any specific adjustments. Maybe a bit of a folding. Belt can stay, even if it's a bit high up. In terms of the arm, I want to be more relaxed, more going downwards instead of this very straight pose. The shirt can be a bit shorter. I mean the collar part. Speaking of color, does she have one? I think she does, so let's give her a nice color as well. So those are the adjustments I would like to make for today's stream. Otherwise, I don't think I will do too much in today's stream. So we'll take this version and draw on top of it with the rounded arms. That's the wrong layer. First the bit narrower arms. Make it a bit more make the arms the shoulders go a bit more downwards so it doesn't look as stiff. It's way too easy to look at the previous version, the color version, when I should not use that as the reference. Should look very careful at where I place the adjustment lines, which color is a bit high up. I don't think that does matter too much. Actually, it adds a bit of character to her, which I didn't consider previously. Okay, the new arm piece goes more like so, a bit higher up. Tuning it off. Oh, that's too high as well. Ah, man, my eyes hurt today. Okay, it's not perfectly drawn yet, but I will do adjustment as I go along. I'm not too worried about it. The shirt can be connected because I will do the head separately, and I will keep the belt out for now. Making a new color version. I will use this one as quick color reference. Okay, the outline, the new color that means I made a mistake. That's what it means. Okay, let's see. Where's the hole? Oh, I forgot this. Sleeves. Doesn't matter too much right now. Okay, these parts can stay green because this is where the neck will be. The arms. Okay, that's approximately what I want. but I need to re-add the sleeves quickly. Okay, the sleeves don't need too much change. Just kind of copy them pretty much and turn these two back off and okay, this is the slightly updated version, which already looks somewhat slimmer. So now it comes down to refining it a bit. The chest area looks weird. Quickly going to look at chest plates. Okay, interesting. Chest plates don't have necessarily super defined breast. Mainly because most of them are for men. So this is the one thing I will change. I will make it a bit less masculine, feminine. So that's the need a new sketch, new brush. And let's go with orange. Okay. Chest plate in the original version was more small, so that's what I want to replicate. It wasn't all excessively big. It was more that what makes it look good is how curvy the character itself looked, I think. A bit excessively so. So maybe that's what I need to do, make the character a bit more curvier. Make the plate a bit. The plate is really like so, is it? I think I may make the plate a bit smaller, a bit higher up, something like so. In that way there's also more space for the belt. Having the plate slightly covered by the collar. Okay, for a quick check in how that may look. We also make the sleeves a bit higher up actually. The sleeves can be super high. That's what I want. These sleeves are a bit too low. Does this look better though? I'm not sure. Maybe if I put her higher up. This way I can draw a bit more of the torso. To really show how curvy she is. Maybe that's what I need. It also will make her look tall. Make the armor plate a bit pointier at the bottom. Make the breast a bit more defined. Going to draw the arms just yet because with such a tall model I need enough space for the head to be present. Where's the head? Okay, there's like very barely enough space for the head, but hopefully it's enough. If not, I will just lower her a bit. I'm still not quite sure what I want to do with the color though. Okay, we'll use a different color to represent the arm. Blue, because I think I will give her a bit of a pose. Have like no room for much to do with the arms though. So what if I take the elbow, which is like here, have it go all the way across. That's not how many fingers a human has. It's also way too big for hands. Do I want this kind of pose? I like the having the arms on her hips pose. Like so. Well, you can't see me doing it on camera too well. Means I already did a character like that before though. Let me check in my file. Yeah, I kind of did with him, but his hand is in his pocket. So it's well not impossible to draw, but it's a bit difficult with the lack of space. I can choose to make the space bigger. Or I do here not at all. Do I have some fun reference material of this specific character in my files? I have plenty, but I will need to look them up for a bit. Okay, I found some cool stuff. Hang on, this is a nice reference. Let's move the other hand, so I will make the other arm make first draw quick reference box, then have the other arm go a bit behind. And somehow have to work with perspective. In other words, this arm needs to be a bit narrower, I think. A bit hard to contain pixel art. If I put my arm like so, means my arm goes this bit of triangle stage. The triangle's way higher. Triangle is more like so. And then it goes sharply down, I think. Yeah. Meaning that does look a bit better. And it's not quite perfect, but it looks better. I think the triangle needs to be slightly lower. Either way, I think I can at least work with it. that hand doesn't look right at all. Okay, if I do this, the thumb should not be visible, just the fingers, the four fingers. Okay, the thumb should be behind here, not visible. And the fingers starting off with. So, drawing hand sucks. Hang on. I'm gonna draw a hand right over here. Okay, if I use my own hand as reference, putting it behind goes about here. But since the font is hidden, should be covered up, like so. No, more cover up like so. In other words, deleting the hand once more. Using my own body as reference. This is really difficult to get right. Okay, I think where I went wrong is I didn't quite draw the hands. So maybe if I first do that, draw the chop part of the hand before I draw the fingers. To draw a hand, god damn it. Just doesn't work. I keep failing at it, and it frustrates me. Okay, what if I use the ball method? First draw a ball, that represent the hand. From what is the best attempt so far? This shit right here is why I rarely draw hands. It's fucking difficult. Here I'm gonna redo this part as well. Because it needs to be shorter. Okay, I give up. I try again. Okay, the angle is somewhat downwards. I feel like the angle is correct here. The distance is about the same as about the same as my torso. And then there's like a super sharp clip. There's not enough room on this page to draw it properly, so we'll need to make it wider. But now look closely at it. We separate the hand is more rounded. Where the finger starts Okay, those are some terrible fingers. Need to be a bit closer to do the fingers properly. Fingers were about the same length as the hand, and each slightly longer than the last. Except the last one. Foam goes around it, and that's the best version of the hand, but the arm still looks messed up. And how does it work? It's more that the arm is curves with the hand as supposed to be a separate thing, I think. And so the triangle goes like 45-degree upwards, like so. Oh no, it's more that the arm part goes super far upward. Okay, I'm gonna look up reference. Okay, let me check how this looks. It's a different color to help me see the different. It's a really sharp angle to it, which I somehow, some way had. So it's not too inaccurate. but I think it's the hand position that's off. The hand needs to be rotated slightly. Like so. Yeah, I think that's about it. Now I'll take the hand and redraw the fingers a bit. Based on the reference is also pretty far out on the torso. Oh, this helps me a bit. Fingers are slightly hidden by the fact that it's off camera. But that leaves the question of why does my version feel so off? If it's not too far away, what am I doing wrong? Okay, what else can I learn from this version? Maybe it's the arm. This the muscle, then it goes straight, right? Yes. But goes a bit straight to the hand. What is the angle of the hands? Slightly angled, but relatively straight. This one finger looks a bit off. Make it slightly shorter. Okay, maybe it's the angle that's off. Make it slightly lower. The hands needs to be relatively small. Comparatively. On this side, the hands need to be somewhat connected in this super angled way. Means then it goes more like so. And that is starting to look pretty good actually. Still need some tweaking. And make this muscle a bit bigger. Same with this muscle. I want to be bulking a bit more. Hey Porrington, check my throwing boobs. You want to see boobs? Sure. Hang on, I'll show you something. If I can find it, that is. Yes. Okay. You want to see boobs? Here you go. And yes, I miss you. It's been quiet here without you, man. I've been trying to draw this hand, but it's really difficult. It's really difficult to get the arm just right, you know? So I've been using this reference image. What, you think this looks flat? How? I've only been streaming for like a week. Got a lot of stuff on my head. But I think maybe for the next stream I'll do Mario Galaxy 2. I think I'm ready to finally do that game. Okay, this other arm will be a lot easier because this one I'm not going to draw at all angles, just keep it flat. You just complete another stream game. Which game did you complete? 100% I presume? Oh, by the way, I am drawing this character right here, just in a new pose. Kingdom Hearts. Oh, 1.5 and 2.5. You're preparing for the upcoming new game, or I think. I've never played a Kingdom Hearts game, but they look kind of fun. Not really, I've been playing that for like 4 months. Oh, only now that you complete them. Are you excited for the new Kingdom Hearts? So about a month per game since the bundle is for. Nice. Those must be like super long games if you spend a month on them. Or knowing you spend a 100% on them. I played for the third one and it was boring. Oh, okay. Stream clock 273 hours total. Congrats, man. But you thought the game was boring for 200 hours. That must have sucked. Still can't beat my cookie clicker. How many hours? 10,000? 30,000? No, the boring one is the third game, which played in PS4. Only the third game was boring, but the others were good. Then. So now you've played 3, which you thought was boring. Are you excited for 4? Or do you think it will be yet another 3? 7,000 hours in Cookie Clicker. What do you even do in that game? Isn't that like a ultimate game where everything just happens by its own? How do you have that many hours? I should play Cookie Clicker sometime, man. Just to see what all the hype is about. Key. I finally have a decent is number 2 sketch. I think I want to make her extra curvy to make her stand out from the other characters I drew. I assume you didn't love Marin. What? Well, I just run it in the background so it collects cookies. That makes sense. Of course you have like 7k hours if you weren't even paying attention. What can I say about Marin? She turned into a seagull and left me. Does that count as cheating? Because it feels like cheating. She left me for the skies, man. And I'm left here alone, staring at self-drawn boobies. There's another game that has more hours than Cookie Clicker. Which one? YouTube? Do you have 7k hours in YouTube? I have seen people that play YouTube on their consoles, and then the most played game they have is YouTube. I won't do it because, boy, I really cannot watch YouTube on anything other than my PC. Because my PC has ad blocker and I really cannot stand YouTube without ad blocker. I like the curves on this one. It makes her immediately stand out so nicely compared to the other characters. Okay, I didn't play it in stream, but on Steam, but the game has playtime lock. Some of the time was spent with AFK, but not that much. But you still haven't told me which game. I spent more in Final Fantasy 14. Was that one MMORPG? I heard it was really good, especially after some years when they updated the game. I'm not really into MMOs myself, but I kind of want to try sometime. Boy, where's the hatch? Okay, the sketch, this number 2 sketch is starting to look pretty solid. I don't know, people use it to ERP nowadays, especially the Western players. What does ERP mean? And of course, it are the Western players. ERP. Enterprise Resource Planning. I don't think that's what you mean. I'm I'm not an MMO player. I don't know what all those terms mean, man. What do you expect? Okay, I'll draw heads. By the way, speaking of heads, do you like the title of this today's stream? Erotic roleplay. Oh. I've done that before, but not in Final Fantasy. Okay, where's my head? Here. I don't have a good head reference, so I'm just using this old one. I don't know, it kind of reminds me of PPAP, and I don't like PPAP. Pineapple Pan. Oh, what do you mean you don't like pineapple apple pan? That shit is amazing. And how does this look like PPAP? I don't know what you mean by that. I don't see it. It's a dumb true, it's super stupid, but that's why it's funny as hell. If it was a serious song, nobody would talk about it. Okay. Just a quick sketch. I'm not going to completely draw this face though. I want to be somewhat narrower. But I still don't get, how does this remind you of pineapples? How you mean the title? pen, pineapple, apple pen. Ah. You know, that reminds me, did you read some of my posts I did? I did one post about pineapple pizza. A little joke. I don't know if you saw it. I think I did. I don't know what to comment. You know, the joke was that people always complain about pineapple pizza. So I was like, what if I say, what if you have an apple pizza, but you put pine cones on them? Stupid ass joke, man. That's what I like the most, jokes that makes no sense. Or did you get the strawberry joke I made? That is a true big brain joke, the strawberry one. Okay, that is way... There's a dumb joke that goes along with pineapple pizza. Alright. Tell me. I need to make the hatch a bit bigger. Because this head is a bit too small. Okay, my local cafe made an advertisement of selling Italian pizza, but the menu is Hawaiian pineapple pizza. Okay. Is that a joke? Or is that something that really happened to you? That is true, Hawaii is in Italy. Everyone knows that. Oh, you know, you should get a real Italian pizza someday. They're very different from the American kinds of pizzas. American pizza is more of the kind you share with friends, cut in pieces. Whereas true Italian pizza is something you really have to enjoy yourself, completely by yourself. Especially if it's just freshly out of the stone oven, man. Nothing beats a really big stone oven nobody makes anymore. Also, the same picture, the advertisement is also selling banana pizza. That doesn't even sound good, man. Why would you want hot bananas on pizza? Oh, what next? Apples? Okay. Oh, the face. The face is more covered with hair. The eyes needs to be a little low. Yeah, you see how evolved Western cuisine is in Asia. Yeah, I noticed. Bella, do you want some true Dutch cuisine? Take some potatoes, take some greens, mash them together, and add some meat. That's some true Dutch cuisine. You cannot fuck it up. That's also why most Dutch are so tall. The only thing we eat are greens and vegetables, man. True, true. Here in the Netherlands, we don't have any good cuisines. There's literally everything we eat are just from international places. The best shit we have are from random Turkish sellers. Just potato with meat. You know, potatoes is such a Western thing. In Asia, I think they do more with rice. And in Americas, they do more with corn. Just put potato with meat, but like with cheese. You know, that sounds actually pretty good. Some good cheese with potatoes. And what's the other cheese? Gouda? Gouda? I don't know. I don't eat a lot of cheese. My favorite kinds of cheese are the oude kaas or some jonge kaas for on the toasties. You know what also is really really delicious? Cheese bitterballen. Kaas gevulde bitterballen. Or I don't know the English word for it. What is bitterball in English? Hang on. No, they say it's just bitterball. Just potato ball? No, no, no. What I mean is, imagine piece of cheese wrapped in dough, fried. That's it. That's the thing. It's not necessarily bitter. It's just cheese fried in dough. That's what I mean. We have something similar called chimplank and pericadil. The fuck is that? Let me look that up. Bitterball are good though, especially on bread. What did you say? Chimplank. Oh, interesting. Little balls. But what are these? Are those? They look like fruits. I believe pericadil originates from Dutch frikandellen. Let me check what pericadil is. It doesn't look anything like frikandel. It looks more like fish cake. What is the recipe? Pericadil. What is it made out of? Okay, pericadil, vegetable fritters from Indonesian cuisine. They're most commonly made mashed potatoes. That has nothing to do with frikandellen. Okay, kimplank is made of mix of potato and cassava starch. Okay. I should try that sometime if I can find someone that sells it. Or maybe if I look a recipe up sometime. I don't think I trust anyone to make foreign cuisines in restaurants. You're always better off making it yourself. What is frikandel then? Meat. It's like a meat stick made of who knows what kind of meat. I don't know what it is. It's made of some sort of meat. And if you look at a picture, it looks like a turd. I don't really like frikandellen though, because they don't really have much taste by themselves. They're pretty good if you add some curry ketchup and some onions on top. Okay, what did I need to change? I think the sketch looks fine. Bit hard to see with the light green though. There should be a lot of Indonesian diaspora in the Netherlands. Yes, I wish there was more foreign cuisines here in the Netherlands. The only thing we have, at least where I live, we have is some Turkish cuisines. And I get really tired of only eating shawarma. I like it, I like shawarma, but if that's the only thing I get to eat, I get really bored of it. A full. Although dinner is pretty good shit though. If I ever order from Turkish, I am gonna order some dinner. And also, I order a haircut. The Turkish are the best with haircuts. Okay, do I need to change anything else? Right, neck. So, nice neck. I don't know if I like the... I don't know if I like the color. The color looks a bit too excessive, a bit too high up. I'm gonna try a smaller color. And the point is that she looks like a pirate, but right now she looks more like an adventurer. There's a chili paste brand made in Dutch, based in Indonesian recipe. People say it is good. What is the name? What's the name of this paste? There's this chili paste print made in. Let me look it up. Dutch chili paste. Sambal oelek. Is that what you mean? Or do you mean something else? I've yet to try it since it's expensive. It's called Gochen Sambal Oelek. Ah, it is Sambal Oelek. That shit's so good. Go. Okay. What is Sambal Oelek? It's basically, yes, you said chili paste. And it's just that it is very spicy, slightly watery stuff. You can throw it on anything you want to make spicier. So let's say you want a grilled cheese sandwich, but you think a grilled cheese sandwich is not spicy enough, throw some sambal on top, and there you go, you got some spicy sambal. Some spicy grilled cheese. It's more like a sauce than a seasoning. Sambal means chili sauce. The way it's written in Dutch spelling means grinded. Everything is eaten with sambal. Everything you want to have a bit spicier. Let's say you have a dinner, but one person doesn't like spice food. You can put the what's it called, the bottle of oelek on the table and like, here's a spoon. If you want spicier, take some for yourself. People that don't like spice don't have to. It's very versatile, it's very useful. It's perfect. It's the perfect way to spice up your food. But even if it's not truly authentic, it will give you the idea of Indonesian taste. Oh. I never knew it was based on Indonesia. I only knew it was vaguely Asian based. But now I am curious to actually try real Indonesian cuisines to see how it differs from the Dutch interpretations. Okay, I think this sketch is... I know the face still throws me off. She doesn't have ears, what the hell? So, just put potato in it, it'll be Dutch. True, just put potatoes and it will be Dutch. You know something else is very Dutch? Herring. Eating herring like this. That's the most Dutch thing you can do. I don't know how safe it is to eat herring raw in other countries, but in the Netherlands you can go to a fish market, buy some raw herring and then be like, deep throat that shit. Put some diced onions on top, and that's Dutch cuisine. The herring in here in the Netherlands are very oily. Is the herring good? Yeah, I think it's pretty good. It's not my favorite kind of fish, but like once in a while, once in a few months, I like me a piece of herring. But I don't eat it like that. I prefer it cut in pieces, and then I take a little stick and pick it, put it in my mouth. Put it is having the bellies emptied. Oh, got it. Um, yeah, there's nothing inside because they first cut off the head, then they slice it in half, remove the bones and stuff. So there's like nothing inedible inside. No guts and stuff. Just the meat on the outside. And the tail. Don't eat the tail. But they keep the tail on for aesthetics. And makes it easier to grab. But otherwise it's gutted. Here I thought Dutch also eats worms and poo from the herring bellies. No. No, we don't do that, fortunately. Okay, how sharp should the head be? Maybe I'll give her dog ears for no reason other than because it would be annoyingly funny. You know what I need to do? I need to draw more male characters. I've drawn like 3 or 4 female characters and only one dude. And I'm not even out here specifically drawing females. It's just those are just my priorities most of the time. But next time I will draw a dude for a change. Okay, that's is that everything I need to do? Oh, did I draw it on the green? Doesn't matter. Okay, that means I will do a quick black outline and then I will use paint bucket tool to color in everything. I'm famished. Then go eat. Oh wait, you don't. You only eat once a day. Then starve. I actually lost weight a few days ago, so I ate extras. Oh, I hope you're not malnourished, because that would be bad if you were too skinny. Here in the West, it's very easy to overeat. There are loads of people that are obese. So I try my best to not indulge myself too much in food. I guess I was malnourished. I lost 2 kilograms in 2 weeks. Damn. If you were on a weight loss, then I will congratulate you. But it does sound like you were actively trying to lose weight. You know, I'm also malnourished technically for my weight. I'm way too light for how tall I am. But I cannot be bothered to eat more. Losing weight is always easy for me. Try not to lose too much weight, man. So keep track on how much you weigh every day. And if you weigh too little, eat a bit more at your dinner time. But don't eat a fast food because that's not good for you. Of course, I don't want to lose my only viewer. Usually Irbo is here, but he isn't here right now, so you're the only one I can talk to. No, I've also been on trying to improve my health, eating less junk food. And I can tell you one thing, the less I eat junk food, the more I hate it. I went to the McDonald's the other day with a friend, and usually I get like a big ass burger, but that day I was like, ugh, I really can't be bothered to get a big burger. So I got just a small one, and even that I thought all the time, damn, I'd rather have a cookie than a McDonald's burger. And you know what sucks the most? It's the price, man. That shit's McDonald's is way too expensive for the lack of quality. Did I? Oh no, I didn't mess up. Good. I need to lower the opacity so it's easier to see what I'm doing. Only because I even lost weight with junk food. Junk food is not necessarily how you gain weight though. Oh, food is expensive nowadays because of clown politicians around the world. Everywhere, yes, yes. Junk food is not necessarily what makes you fat. If you primarily eat meat, if you eat burgers, which is loads of meat and protein, it's okay, you'll be fine. But it's more the drinks that can really screw you over, because especially something like Starbucks. Starbucks is literally just a giant piece of cake in liquid form. It's just sugar, nothing more than that. Starbucks is nothing more than sugar. That shit is what will really make you um obese. McDonald's, you can get away with only eating McDonald's because at least you get some greens and meats. As long as you avoid the sugary trash. I have had Starbucks in like years. I also never have Starbucks because the only Starbucks I know that's nearby is a half hour away with the train in the city. And I've no reason to go to the city 99% of the time. So the only times I have Starbucks is if I really need to go to the city to do stuff, whatever that may be. You don't like sweets, maybe that's why you're so underweight. The reason why a lot of people are fat is because they have too much sugar. But since you don't like sweets, maybe that's why you don't have much weight on you. That's a good thing though, because sugar is very impossible to burn off. But it also gives you a good advantage, meaning that just focus on eating the good stuff, but eat more than you usually do. And you won't have to worry about getting obese because you don't eat sugar anyway. Man, I wish I had that superpower. I wish I could throw away sugar out of my diet because I just cannot. Sugar's just so good. I just cannot let go of my chocolate, man. But if I could, I would be so maybe a bit more muscular if I stopped eating sugar. I cannot see what I did do with the color. There's way too much hair in the way. This. Okay, I don't want this color. This color sucks. I will do the color a bit later. But yeah, the problem about fast food is mostly the sugar. You can mostly get away with eating the meat as long as you don't eat too much and as long as you exercise a decent amount. But even then, they tend to put sugar in a lot of foods for no reason to make them more addictive. Okay, that's the reason. That's the reason. I don't exercise. Why not? Do it, bro. Do you not want nice muscles to attract the ladies? Well, maybe that's what you need to do. Exercise, that way you get hungrier because you've been training a lot. And that way you will eat more. If you don't want ladies, you don't need ladies. I also don't have a lady. All I need is to draw them myself. Who needs real women when you can make fake ones? Any gaming partners and cats, not ladies. What about gaming cat girl ladies? Checkmate. Okay, I really don't like the color, but otherwise it's fine, fine, fine. I'll fix the color later. Give her a nice expression. Sure, sure. Perfection. Oh, I've met crazy people who would ladies online. They creep me out. People on the online are always weird. I don't want to talk about online people, they are weird. They are not worth talking about. Okay, this arm looks too thin. So. And this hand still looks a bit or the crazy feminist. Yeah, you should Enjoy free drama story. People pay for dramas. Ah. You know what my favorite genre is lately? People making terrible financial decisions. Oh, I'm not the best in finances, but when I see the shit people do, especially in the US, bro, people go to Disney World for like a couple thousands of bucks, and now they are thousands in debt. I cannot even fathom why I would do that. What for 1 day of fun? Lifetime of misery. Some big brain move right there. Yeah, people confuse me. People aren't the smartest. A lot of them are kind of stupid. Oh, I think the head is way too small. I need to make the head wider. I will do that later. There are stereotypes. The Westerners spend money in pop upon payday. That is not a stereotype, that's fucking true. Because here's the thing, my friend is always broke as fuck. But the moment he gets his paycheck, he goes to the pub with his boys. The Chinese one spends money and they spend it for their funeral. The Indonesians spend it for clothes they only wear once a year. Do you have 300 pieces of t-shirts or something? Porrington with his closet of 300 pieces of shirts. That's canon from now on. You know, I'm from, right? Oh, I I need to brown. Stuff always looks better in Sketch. Let me check the sketch for a moment. Okay, where did... I see. The sketch is way curvier. It's the Islamic holiday after the fast. The Indonesian tradition is to buy new clothes on the holiday. Ah, okay. I didn't know that. And they spend their money to go home and meet their families, similar to Christmas. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't know that. I have never fasted before in my life. I really should give it a try someday. Because I heard it's pretty healthy for you. Which is why the stereotype of spending money for clothes they only wear once. It does make sense if you spend money for clothes every year for a holiday. Yeah, there's some kernel of truth to it. Okay, why does this not look as clean? It needs to be curvier. Yeah, but objectively, it's financially silly. Every holiday is financially silly. There's literally no reason to have Christmas. If I want to give my friends and families a gift, that's what birthdays are for. So I wouldn't say it's just a fasting thing. That's just holidays in general. Hmm. You know what? I'll redraw the outline because the first attempt of the outline was total failure. Just like the equivalent of Western with alcohol and Chinese being cheapskates. You know what's funny? I always hear about the Chinese. I always hear that the Chinese are gambling addicts because apparently the most profitable people in terms of gambling are the Chinese because they're so addicted to the idea of luck. They believe there's no such thing as people ripping you off. They believe there, if you lose, it's because you had bad luck that day. At least that's what I've heard. Can't say how true it is. But as a result, some of the biggest I wouldn't say that, but they do gamble in gacha games. Yeah, they have like really weird laws in terms of gambling. The only times they ban, no, it's not laws, it's more the culture. They really trust that they are just that lucky, I think. Their prestige is to show faux reality. Yeah, I guess. I once heard a story of this Chinese boss that was like, let me take my employee's money, her paycheck she was planning to use for a vacation, and go to the casinos with it. Oh, that's such a sad story. Why would you take your employee's money just to gamble it away? The Chinese also have a weird culture in terms of marriage. Apparently in China it is very common to pay the bride's family a certain sum of money. I forgot the technical name for it. But as a result, it's often very difficult to convince families to get married, as to why a lot of Chinese aren't married yet. Dowries, yeah, I think that was what it's called. And to me, a Western, that's like just a weird concept. Paying another family just so you're allowed to marry their daughter. I think it made sense in the past when men were the ones that only worked and women generally stayed at home. But these days, everyone works. So it doesn't really make sense for only the men to pay when everyone already has money. Not to mention everything is expensive as fuck. Who wants to pay that shit? From my point of view, dowries are sort of financial fix from the groom to buy the bride from the family as the groom takes away the woman from her family. Yeah, I think that's also how the Chinese see it. It's like buying the woman. But I'm not talking about culturally why I do it, I'm more talking about financially. It doesn't make sense for people today to do it since everything is expensive. It is dumb in modern standards, but makes sense in traditional customaries. True, true. Even here in the West, it was common for the man to go to the father of the bride, of the potential bride, to discuss the marriage and future. And if the father was like, I don't like this dude, he can throw him out. But nowadays, women have more rights to choose themselves if they want to marry, regardless of their father's approval. And so that custom has also disappeared here in the West and isn't really done anymore. But in Trent, people say men, theoretically, yes. Practically, requires some surgeries. Is this a better outline? Let me see. I think it's a bit better. The hardest part about drawing is drawing never looks as good as the outline does, and that sucks, man. The outline always looks so amazing. That reminds me of that one meme I once saw something about I forgot what it was. It was more of a, oh no, you're pregnant. No, silly, you are. Oh, it was a trolls, I think, something a troll hunter. Such a stupid, hilarious scene. I don't know if they actually add the emoji as a joke or they rethink men can actually get pregnant for gender equality. I don't know either, because I have yet to see a pregnant dude. Fella, if you are pregnant, if the pregnancy test that you're pregnant, see a doctor because you probably have ball cancer. That's a good way though, based on a pregnancy test. And if you're a dude, you probably need to see a doctor if it's positive. I will get cancelled for claiming the gender equality movement to be dumb. Uh, I don't really care, man. I'm always pro freedom of expression. So for me, it's more like, hey man, if that's the way you like to express yourself, I'm not going to argue with you. As long as you don't bother me. But I think a lot of people that are part of the movement are a bit obnoxious as people, thinking they are superior just because they decide they want to be a dude or a girl. But I posted this in public where others can read it. I'm even worse. I have my face now on the internet. You have it lucky. Ah, okay, okay. It will be a very big problem in the future if I ever get popular. People going through my old stream being like, hang on, did you really say that? And like, maybe. But like I said, in a bit, I'm pro freedom of expression. I just don't like people's attitude. I think a lot of people are just weird. And if you're going to cancel me over that, well, that's a me problem. Or is this a better sketch? Let me see. Looks better than the previous attempt, I think. This. Yes. Boy, she looks muscular for no reason. At least one arm. Being popular sucks though, it means it's being at the mercy of popularity. That's why it's very hard for me to decide if I want to be popular. You know, as a streamer, I don't want to be popular because I prefer it when I only have a few people to talk to. And if I go to a popular streamers with like 100 viewers at a time, the streamer never talks to its audience or only replies to one message at a time. And it's so lame, man. I thought the point of streaming is to talk to the streamer. But then when the streamer never talks to you, then why is he streaming? Might as well just make a let's play. And that's why I, as a streamer, would really hate it if I got too popular. That way I cannot talk to you, read about Indonesian cuisines. I have yet to find any good popular streaming content creators. I only watch sometimes if they make normal videos I watch that. I'm mildly entertained by what was his name called? Ah, what's that one streamer called, man? I forgot his name. Oh, another streamer I never watch as a streamer, but I sometimes watch his YouTube content. Is Let's Game It Out. He's so insane with what he does. Oh, that face is too small. DSP is fun though. No. The only streamers I watch as streamers are really the small ones. Streamer that only have like 3 views at a time. And that way I can be super insane making stupid ass jokes. Oh yeah, looked him up. No thanks, I don't care about that ESP guy. He's weird. He's not my cup of tea. That is also, by the way, why I will never stream on Twitch. Because Twitch is just a hive mind of streamers that just wanna be streamers. I need to draw that better another time. Okay, what is the outline like now? Yay, it looks fine. But why is this one arm muscular as fuck? I don't get that part. Probably because of the reference material I used. No, not even. This guy's not even muscular. Yes. I didn't even know who he was until you were like, this one moment in Mario Galaxy reminds me of him. Reminds me of the time that he jacked off. Thanks. That's what I needed to know. That's all I need to know. If the only thing you can say about a stream is that he jacked off one time, that's all I need to know about a streamer. Okay, the color looks shit. And the head is not centered at all. Okay. Okay, this is the plan. I will copy this part and delete this part. Why are you using a guy model for Gel? Do you want me to use a Gel model? Hang on, someone is messaging me for some reason. Okay, the reason why I use a guy model is because in terms of muscles it doesn't really matter. What was the pose again? Hands on hip. Okay, that was it. Okay, here's a picture of Gil. Here you go, a girl. She looks a bit malnourished. Is this you? I know. I mean, if we talk about pose, it's mostly the same. There's literally no reason for me to specifically say I have to use the the girl. The only difference is let me draw it out quickly. Is the curvature of her hips. That's the only difference in how curvy her hips are compared to the flatness of the guys. But that's irrelevant when we talk about the arm. The arm is basically the same. How do I know that's a girl? I see no genital to confirm that. True that. Maybe this is a dude. You can tell it's a dude based on the eye color. It's blue. Only dudes have bright blue eyes. I like the muscles though for no reason. It makes her look more like someone that actually has gone through stuff. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this half and delete it. Take this off. And oh yeah. Now she's perfectly symmetrical. I'm going to get something to drink quickly. How do I know to, someday I need to buy a big can of water so I don't have to constantly refill mine. Okay, let's see. We now have a perfectly symmetrical girl. I want to redo the color. Otherwise, it's perfect. Except this one arm. This one arm sucks. I don't want both arms. Now she has a superhero pose. Do you know Jorvian Bardem, the Spanish actor? No. I usually don't know any actors. Javier Bardem. In what movies did he act? Let's see. No Country for Old Men. Skyfall. Uh, Wait, what role did he have in Skyfall? Raul Silva. Was that the main villain? Okay, the poster of UEFA. UFO's de Oro. What? Why is he grabbing his balls? Okay, thanks for showing me. I know why you watched that movie. I now know what you're into. And when a man and a woman are together, the pose should be like the one in Game Tremula. Hang on, Game Tremula. Corn Tremula. No. you know, some really interesting movie posters. There are many, and all are very suggestive. Okay, I need to change this arm, and I need to alright, I need to change the color, otherwise I think this is fine as outline. Means means nope. The hardest part is the fact that I can never 100% show what my intentions are. It's more of an approximation of what I want. Okay, I'll keep this one muscular arm, at least this part, and otherwise I'll have it. Every day I think every change I make I feel I'm closer to the end. But every time I look again, I feel like I'm still years away. This arm is way too wide. And now the one thing I need to fix is really the color, and then I think the outline is good enough for this stage. Okay. Let me redo the color once more. What's your fave movie ever? Don't tell me it's Totoro. It isn't. My favorite movie ever. Hmm. I really like a Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. What can I say? I just really love high action. Sometimes. Not even. I'm usually not into super nerdy flicks. But right now I just kind of like Star Wars. Oh no, you're one of the Star Wars fanboys. Yes, I am. I know I should not be proud of it. I'm not, actually, I'm not proud of it because Star Wars hasn't made any good shit in years, man. The only good stuff are from decades ago. Oh boy. She lacks the curve, she lacks the curve. I need to make the model curvier. Oh no. I also like here from the UK, Sweden. I keep meeting Star Wars fanboys lately from the UK, Sweden. Star Wars is just a very good series, very entertaining. Even my friends that aren't very into Star Wars enjoy some of the movies. I like the curve. I need it to be curvier. But I don't want her to look too. I'm gonna remove this muscle. I don't like it. It's way too muscular. Okay, that's what I'm going to. Give me your Jar Jar Binks. Ben, I don't want you to be my Jar Jar Binks. I want you to be my Darth Plagueis. Or better yet, the what was his name again? Ah. Okay, okay. What was that guy? One guy's name again? Sleeve Baggins or something. I'll look it up. Oh, yeah, that was. Oh, I found the character. I mean, his name was Sleeve Bagano. Sleeve Bagano. I want you to be that guy. The drug dealer. The drug dealer, that's who he is. She's Bagano. Close, close, close. She's Bagano. Yes, the one from episode 2. That's you. That guy's you. Jabba the Hutt. I'd rather you be Pizza the Hutt. Oh, did you see that one Star Wars parody with Pizza the Hutt? That was such a bad movie, man. Won't recommend, but if you love trash, I would recommend. I know a good game that takes inspiration from Star Wars. It's called Striders. Hang on. Ooh, that looks pretty cool. Striders review. Looks like an old 80s game. Striders for the arcade. There are a lot of Striders games I see. Okay, look up a character from the game called Solo. This mech, this giant ass mech, this white mech, do you mean that? Okay, I need to fix this part later. Don't feel like doing it now. Do I need to change anything? Alright, I want to make it more curvier. That was what I want to change. Let's see, where is my reference material? No, 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 found it. Okay, where? Okay, I get it. And Grandma, look up the code. And Grandmaster Mio looks like the Sith Lord. Oh. He does. He does look like Sith Lord. He looks like the one Sith Lord from the Old Republic. What was his name again? Oh, I don't remember all the names. Solo is a bounty hunter similar to Boba Fett. And the name Solo is definitely, yeah, it probably is, most definitely is. I need to make this character curvy. Because right now she is too masculine. And the hardest part about making female characters so easy to make them look too manly. Especially when you cannot draw the boost because there's an armor plate in the way. True. And the arm needs to be slimmer. Oh, I know. I also need to make the body slimmer. Maybe that's also the problem. The top part of the torso is way too wide. Give it more masculine frame. Need to make it a bit slimmer to give it a bit more feminine frame. and pull the arms a bit more inwards. I think something like this. This stream really excuse me redrawing the same drawing over and over again. That's why I usually don't do weird poses. And I will have to redraw the hands a bit too later. I think it was Darth Nihilus, by the way. Was his name right? Darth Nihilus. Yes, yes, the Planet Eater. That's what he looks like. That was the character you showed me in a bit. Kinda looks like Darth Nihilus. Okay, is it a better version? I think it needs to be even slimmer. No. You're sleeping. You're getting bored. I'm getting frustrated because I just cannot get the drawing right. Okay, let me check this previous sketch once more. Like I said, get a new nude model. I don't think I'm allowed to do that on YouTube. I think this model is fine. I just need some. I need to kind of tweak it a bit. And you know what I can do? I can just say I remove this arm and just redraw it in later. That way I don't have to worry about posing as much. So if I do this, do this, I now can just make it the slimness just right. It needs to be nice and slim. I think something like this. What do you think? Is this slim enough? And then I just redraw the other arm here. I think that's the best approach. And remove some of the useless detailing. Okay, does this look better compared to this version? If I now draw it in again with the right colors, paint bucket. Is this slim enough, do you think? And then I will just redraw the hand on the hip again. Because now this is a more feminine figure. But if I look at the other girl for a moment, she doesn't have a good pose. Damn. Okay, looks good enough. Meaning I'll take this as the this version 2. Give her extra pose hand, and then I'll consider what I will do for next stream. Next stream will be mostly just the final touches, I think. Damn, this arm. I'm going to delete this arm. And redraw it once more for like the 20th time. But you can already see how much slimmer she's gotten since the original sketch. Okay, slight opacity so I can see the back. And we'll try. I won't even need to do what's called sketching. Just take this sketch. Just need to not completely take it. Otherwise, she will look too buff. Okay, like so. Now, re-add the belt again. I think this is pretty fine. This shoulder looks a bit off, so we'll redraw this one's shoulder. No. This hand is way too big. Okay, comparatively to where is my old pose? It's decently accurate. Okay, what I need to do is I need to take this one arm and need to set it a bit closer to the body. Nope. Now we're getting somewhere. Oh. Now she starts to look female. Hell yeah. It appears that Pollington has left. That's a shame. Oh well. Let's see. The muscles can be better. This part looks a bit off now. This finger looks a bit thick. Need to make it a bit smaller. You can make it more exaggerated. You can also make it a bit lower, the armor. Okay, getting closer to the end. It's about 20 years away though. I think what I need to do is saturate the fix even more. Make her even more curvy. No, I think she's curvy enough. I'm gonna test out some tethering for a moment. Oh, I need. Oh, we'll be back in a bit. Okay, what I will do next is a quick head drawing. Because I think this model is fine. It's more the armor piece that is that I want to change. I will do a quick armor sketch. And then I will do a head sketch. Oh. With the armor sketch I can exaggerate the female proportions a bit. It doesn't have to be perfectly symmetrical. In this way, if I remove this bit, it should look more. See how extreme I can make the curve change without going too overboard. And how low? That is also a good question. I think this is how low now. curve should be a bit higher than the belt. To represent the armpit area right next to the kirsch plates. Just going around like so. Now, I think that's fine. Okay, I think that extra curve will help out a charm. I'll use this for reference for the hedge. And then I think, oh, mostly done with this piece. Well, not this piece, but with this version 2 sketch. And then I'm gonna make a version 3 sketch. because everything I want is basically done. It's more that I need to refine it a bit more to get it to the vision I desire. The head is I can go for long hair. I can also go for I think I want at least a bit more pointier. Like show. Whoa. Okay, is the head that is a bit the head is a bit high up. I need to lower the head a bit. Something like so. Having a good covered by the color, I think. Where's the color layer anyway? The hair sucks. Well, in this version the hair doesn't matter too much. But I will make it less sad. Her eyes. It's super depressing, man. Okay, my impression, she's very tall woman with very small neck. Meaning? I need to higher her neck a bit. No. What she needs is no color. I think that's the play here. neck is a bit on the wide side. So there's so many layers. Nor do I need to make the heads bigger. I need to check some of my other drawings for a moment for reference. In my old drawings, the heads are pretty darn big, which this one isn't really. So I think that's what I need to do. I need to make a bigger head. So let's do judge. Is the size better? I think I should push the whole body downwards a bit. Take the body. That sucks, so I'm not gonna use it. And brand new hat. Okay, I think that in terms of size, I think this is way better. It looks more appropriate, meaning I'll give the shot. I had to just put the drawing down by a bit. Yes, I think this um, next garbage, ignore that part, but I think this should do it. The size feels more appropriate. And the same goes with the proportions, meaning I will take this version. Just need to take the coloring. I will color it and then I will make a version, official version 3. way too many in this. Save. Now I'm gonna use this and make one final sketch for the day. Oh, excuse me. One final sketch for the day, and then I'll also call it a day. It will be a super curvy version. Maybe a little too curvy. Maybe just a little too curvy. And then otherwise it's mostly just the previous version. Just take what I already did before and just draw over it. And this one looks a bit overly wide though. Gonna redraw that part. maybe a bit too curvy. I I like this version better. So if I just take this version instead. Wait, maybe the shoulders are way too high up. Maybe that's the problem. Yeah, I think that might be the issue. If I do this instead. Okay, I think I'll right here because there doesn't appear to be anyone, and I can really go for sleep right now. So I hope to finish it till next time. Bye.